So about 7 months ago, I made the Taco Bell Chilito copycat video. I screwed it up. Thank you to the people in the comments for pointing out the fact that this thing ain't got no beans in it. None whatsoever. So today we're going to correct that. I'm going to show you the right way to make it. And, oh my God, it's even better. So if you made the last one and you loved it, you've got to stick around for this one because, dang. As you can see, I've already been sampling. So let's get started while I eat this. So, as you saw from the video that I made, there's probably rolling right here. The moment when I plop the beans into it, that's when I screwed up. There are no beans in a Chilito. None whatsoever. Never have been. Here is what is in a Chilito. I will put this up here, a big version of it right there so you can see all this. This is taken directly from the Taco Bell website. They include all the ingredients, everything here. No beans. No beans whatsoever. So, some of this stuff is a little weird. Maltodextrin, sodium alginate. Where's it? Torula yeast. That's a main ingredient of dog food. It's a flavor enhancer. It's not bad or anything else. It's completely edible, and I'm not saying that it's in any way bad for you or anything else. It's just, it happens to be one of the ingredients of dog food. It smells like dog food. Yeah. What are some of the other fun things? Disodium ionosinate and guaiacol. Wow. No, we're not going to do that one. Or we're not going to put the sodium phosphates in it. And then the other fun thing that they have in here, malic acid. No, we're not putting that in there. We're going to keep this thing beef and some spices and a couple of thickening agents that are completely natural. Just natural things here. But where's the fun one here? The fun thing is they put cocoa in the seasoned beef. There's right about here, cocoa. Yeah, chocolate. You know why they put chocolate in there? So that it looks like meat. It's just a coloring agent. They don't put enough in to make you taste it or anything else, change the flavor. It's just there's a food coloring. Yeah, we're not doing that one either. Sorry, folks. It's going to look the way it looks. It might not have that dark, wonderful cocoa flavor, color, but there you go. All right. What do we have? Here is my list, more or less, of what I came up with from this list. You have these things. You don't have many of these things. So, I'm going to go over this real quick, and I don't need any of that anymore. Those were just props, and I can't read anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Seasonings here. We have garlic powder. Sorry. If my eyes and nose is running and stuff, the allergies are going crazy. So I apologize ahead of time. I will try and keep the sniffling to a minimum, or at least do creative edits so you don't have to hear me sniffling. But my eyes are running and red and all that. Apologize. Okay, garlic powder, granulated garlic, onion powder. We have chili powder. We have cayenne pepper powder. We have cumin in here. We have salt, pepper, and a little bit of MSG. Monosodium glutamate. You can buy that in the grocery store under the brand name Accent. It's a little jar. It says Accent on it. AC with an apostrophe in there. Anyways, that is basically the seasoning for this. You can use, this is for the meat mostly. This will be enough to season the rest of this as well. But if you want to season the meat, I'm going to show you one thing real quick that you're going to laugh your butt off at. Hold on one sec. You can buy one of these. This is a Taco Bell seasoning packet, right? No. Okay, see if we take this off of here, it's just taco seasoning, right? This is no different. This has nothing to do with Taco Bell other than the words right across here. Honestly, this does nothing in here that has anything to do with their meat or the way they do it. None of the ingredients on the back of this are in their ingredients list. This isn't made by Taco Bell. This is just labeled Taco Bell. This is just a generic taco seasoning like the McCormick's or the Lowry's or Ortega or all the rest of them. Old El Paso, I think, makes theirs. Anyways, this is just branding. This has nothing to do with their flavors whatsoever. This right here, we have the ingredients list. This is not exactly what they're using either. This is very close. If you want to use one of these things or one of the other brands, get the cheaper one and use that because they're all basically the same. The McCormick actually tastes really, really good. If you're in a hurry, you can use that one. Lowry's is not my favorite one in the world. The Old El Paso one is very good if you can find that. Or you can just do this. And see, thickeners, flour. Yeah, flour. It's a thickener. That's what you use to make gravy. We're making chili, so it's got gravy in it. What's the other thing in here? Oat powder. Oat flour. Where do you get oat flour? Well, you grind it yourself is probably the easiest way. And show here a thing probably where I was grinding my own. This is just a tub of the Quaker oats that you put in a spice grinder or a coffee grinder, and you make oat flour. So we have 2 tablespoons of flour and 1 tablespoon of oat flour. That's going to thicken this up and give it that wonderfulness. Oat flour is in the Taco Bell list. So that is authentic. So is the flour, and 7 or 8 of the other thickeners are not in there, and there's a couple other liquid things that are going to go in this, and we'll get doing all that in 2 seconds when we get over to the pan, and I will show you the rest of this and do the voiceover for this as I'm cooking it. So let's go do that real quick. Making the ground beef for this, the chili part is really quite simple. We start with a pound of 80/20 regular ground beef from the grocery store and start breaking this up. Now, if you do this with a spatula, you're never going to get it fine enough to actually match the Taco Bell meat. In the past, I've used a food processor, but this meat masher is really the easy way to do this. This stuff gets stuck in there, so you got to kind of knock it out. But they're about $8 on Amazon, so if you're going to make this, get one. All right, now the important part of this is we have to add our seasonings to this. This is all the spices and salt and all that stuff. We do that as the meat is cooking, before it is brown. This way it toasts into the meat, adds extra flavor, and if you skip this step or do this differently, it will turn out differently. The other thing we're going to do right now is add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. This is part of our liquids that are going in this. And we're going to do the same thing with this. Just mix this up really good until the color's nice and consistent. And that's about it. At this point, you basically have kind of Taco Bell meat. You could just make tacos with this. But we're making chili, so we're going the extra step right there. We're going to add our thickeners. This is our 2 tablespoons of flour and 1 tablespoon of our oat flour. Now we are going to make a roux with this. So we did not drain the meat. We are just using the grease that came out of the meat as the fat for our roux. And when you get this wonderful pasty bit, we're going to start adding water. Now this is 1.5 cups of water right here. If you wanted to use beef broth, you could. Water works just fine, but we're going to add it 1/2 cup at a time. The reason I like to do that is it tends to break the whole roux if you put it in too much. So I put it in 1/2 cup, and then I get that incorporated. When that's fully incorporated, then I add another 1/2 cup, and so on until I've used the whole 1.5 cups. At this point, this is the consistency pretty much that we want, but we have to simmer this for a full 20 minutes or so at least, and a lot of that water is going to evaporate. So we have to add the extra 1/2 cup of water at this point. And it's going to be a little soupy right now, but this is going to help really give us that great smooth texture. And that is basically it. After 15-20 minutes, it's on a low simmer. That's what you got right there. It's perfect. This is exactly what we want. Now, the one thing I did not show here is that I added 1 teaspoon of lime juice to this, and it gives it that extra kick, and that is the secret, at least my secret, for making really great Taco Bell meat is that little bit of lime juice gives it that little kick that makes you think that's Taco Bell. So there you go. That's all you need to know, and that's how you make your chili. Now let's assemble this thing. All right, so as you can see, the meat turned out perfect. I'm gonna wait for the thing again. Apparently it's making ice a lot. All right, everything's cooked, everything's done, everything's prepared. Our tortilla is a little bit warmed up here. Just put this in a warm skillet to put a little heat to it so it's flexible. That's important. Do not microwave these. Don't do that. The meat, oh, you cannot believe. This meat is perfect. This is exactly it. That is the Taco Bell flavor, seasoning, everything. And the thickness of this, there's no enchilada sauce, there's no beans. Look how thick this is. It's perfect. I mean, this is chili. Come on, let's be honest. That is exactly what we're going for. And we nailed it, so you're welcome. It's perfect. Now all we got to do is assemble our burrito. Now, how do we do that? Pretty easy. Cheese. We have some shredded cheddar cheese here. If you want to use Colby Jack, or if you want to use a little Monterey Jack with this as well, something like that, that's totally fine. I am using cheddar. They use a 3-cheese blend, and they use a lot of it because it's a chili cheese burrito. There you go. You got to have chili, you got to have cheese. Probably more chili because it comes first, but that's a lot of cheese. Yeah, it's a lot of cheese. Okay, we're just going to use that much cheese. Now this, good scoop of our chili on here. Now remember, these things were not gigantic. They were fairly small. These were kind of a dollar menu sort of thing. And if you live where they still have these, you know that they are not the biggest thing in the world. That's where we can make it however we want. But still gonna have the Taco Bell hot sauce. Now, the flavor packets that I showed you earlier, for that, it has nothing to do with Taco Bell. This is actually the Taco Bell hot sauce, or mild sauce, or however you want to say it, the taco sauce. I'm gonna put a little on this just to give it a little extra goop, because goop is good. And what do we have? We have this. Why is it off to one side? Well, it's because we got to do the Taco Bell roll, which is one end only. Bring it in, pinch it, fold it, boom, chili cheese burrito. The Chilito, right there, folks. That is it. That's the thing. That's what you all came for. And if I put some cheese on it, it would look just like the commercial, wouldn't it? Yeah, you put a little bit. I'll give it a little mustache too. How's that? You know, it's got the beard underneath there, and we'll just give it a little bit of. Now there's a thumbnail for you, huh? What do you think of that? I'll move that out of the way just in case. That seems like a thumbnail picture to me. And this is why you came here, to see this thing and to get a good look at it. Because, dang, ain't she pretty. And now it just needs one thing. The taste test, of course. But I'm actually going to take a couple pictures real fast, and then I'm going to dig into this, but you don't have to stick around for that, because I can hit the fast forward button and see you back here right now. Hopefully that edit didn't work well, because as you can see, the meat and stuff we've cleaned up a little bit. I'm trying to figure out the cinematography stuff, the video and the camera work and everything. That's the tricky part here. Cooking's easy. Cleaning up is hard. But now, the fun part, which is eating. I've been sampling the meat to make sure it was right. It is, and I can't wait. Okay, going in. I can't believe there are two radically different ways to make the same thing, and the end result is really pretty close. But this is authentic. This is real. You follow those steps, and you have a real Chilito. Maybe slightly spicier depending on how much you put in. Back off the cayenne if you want it to be a little more authentic. But I like the flavor, so I'm going to keep eating this. Just after I say thank you for watching this video. And I hope that you're going to tune in for the next one and see what else I make, because I can't wait to make that one, because then I get to eat that one. Oh, this is fun. I love this. This is the best job in the world. I swear to God, people. Seriously, thank you for watching this and letting me do this stuff, because without you, I'm just some creepy guy in a kitchen alone talking to a camera for no reason. So thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next one. There's a like, subscribe. There's the thumbs up down there. The notification bell. If you hit that, you'll know exactly when the next video comes out, and I'll see you back here when I make it. So till then, have a great one, and thanks for watching.